So many things are common between animals and us. But are we only quantitatively different from animals? Or is there any basic and qualitative difference between us and the animals? Number one. Then what about our life? Is our life only this period of our existence here, from our birth till death? The 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. You can add to it, according to your knowledge, another 9 months that we passed in the wombs of our mothers. So is that the only existence of ours? This is life? Was there no existence before coming to this world? Before our birth? Or before our conception in the wombs of our mothers? And in the same way, will there be our existence after death also? Is there any form of existence beyond death? Or death is the end? Is that the end of our existence? Or is there any life after death? Or is there any existence to continue after death also? Then, what is evil? What is good? Are these ethical values, moral values, are they real? Or just apparent? As there is a saying in English language, nothing is good or bad, only thinking makes it so. Is it correct? Or the good is good and the evil is evil. Are these permanent values or not? You must be knowing that according to the Marxist philosophy, there are no permanent ethical values. With the changing of the economic conditions of the society, the values change. There are no permanent ethical moral values. Is it so? Is it correct? Then if there are permanent ethical values, why should we observe those values? Supposing I know that to tell the truth is good, to tell a lie is bad. But why should I tell the truth when I see there is danger in telling the truth? Maybe I'm killed. Maybe I'm fined because I have told the truth. Why not to escape the dangers by telling a lie? What's the motivating force? What's the motive that will make me tell a truth? Just as you know, I mentioned about Socrates. By saying out the truth, he had to finish himself. So to say, he committed suicide. He could live if he accepted the judgment of the court. You can keep your thoughts to you. You are free to believe whatever you like, but you can't preach them. He didn't accept it. So what is the force, motivating force, that will bind us to the ethical values, to the moral values? So these are the questions. What is knowledge? We know that we have certain sense organs and we gather some information through these sense organs. We can see, we can hear. Then we know that we have some faculty over here, of inferring. We infer from our sense data. The data is fed, just, as the data is fed in a computer. We have a computer here. And you feed the data, and then data is processed by this computer. And we reach a conclusion. And now those conclusions are stored in the memory of this computer. This much we know. But is that all? Or there is any additional source of knowledge? Can we get knowledge through any other source? So all these questions you might be knowing and you might have appreciated. These are the basic questions of philosophy, of different disciplines of philosophy. This philosophy has been divided into so many branches. Otherwise, sometime before, philosophy included metaphysics. It included ethics. It included psychology. It included epistemology. All these are the branches of philosophy. And the questions which are enumerated, they relate to different branches of philosophy. What is the nature of existence? This is metaphysics. What is the nature of human mind? What are the motives? This is psychology. What are the sources of knowledge? How do we get knowledge? This is epistemology. Whether there are permanent ethical values or not, or what are the motivating forces to be moral in your attitude, to have a moral attitude, and to act according to the ethical values. This is ethics. So these are the different branches, different disciplines of the same subject which we call philosophy. Now another point. There has been answers to these questions, but the sources have been different. On the one side we find philosophers, thinkers, sages. You can mention Confucius, Tao, Gautam Buddha, Mahavir. You can, say Socrates, Plato. All these people, they were philosophers. They thought about these problems. They reached certain conclusions. Then they arranged those ideas into a logical system, and that is called, this is the philosophy of Plato. This is the philosophy of Aristotle. This is the philosophy of Confucius. So these people, they say that we have thought upon these questions, and our mind, our intellect, our logic tells us that these are the answers to these questions. This we call philosophy. But no philosopher till this date has claimed that it is 100% true what I am saying. No philosopher up till this date. Let me mention here Allama Iqbal, the biggest poet philosopher of Islam the 20th century has produced. And you must have heard the name of his book, Reconstruction of Religious Thought in Islam. Though in the preface to that book he says, I don't claim that whatever I have said in this book is 100% correct. We should maintain an attitude of learning and thinking and adding to our knowledge. And maybe that as time passes, better ideas, more sound ideas are given by other people. This is the humility that he shows. And this is the case with every philosopher. No philosopher has up till this date claimed that whatever I have said or I am saying is 100% true. But the other source of answers to these questions has been that certain people claimed that we have a peculiar, exclusive source of knowledge which has come to us. It is not with you. The humanity at large has not been blessed with that source of knowledge. It is wahi from the creator of this universe. And we know for sure that these are the answers to these questions, and they are 100% correct. This is the claim of those persons whom we call prophets. A very long chain of prophets. Prophets of the Old Testament, and those before Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. It's a very big chain. And all these prophets gave answers to these questions. I shall, discuss in detail what were the answers. And actually the collective name of those answers is Imaan. But here I want to make the point that these prophets claimed that we have known these answers to all these questions through a special source of knowledge which has not been given to all the human beings. And we claim that this is 100% true. There can be no doubt about it. That is why we find that the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah starts with a claim, very big claim, very loud claim. Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fi. There's no doubt about it. This is the truth. This is 100% truth. There's nothing false in it, no doubt about it. And I'll give you in the next session, inshallah, what Hazrat Ibrahim said to his father. That is the most beautiful expression of the claim the prophets made. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات.